Hey, I've been using this old drill press quite a bit. Excuse my voice, it's kind of coming back, but I lose it. I lost it totally yesterday. This is my old Walker Turner drill press. It's a small one. I guess a 14-inch or something like that, maybe half horsepower. Got the Jacobs chuck with the locking collar, so it'll take some side thrust without flying off. And let's see, what else about this? Oh, it got knocked over. And I basically got this for free. It's got a big crack in it here. The return spring was missing, so I stuck a valve spring in there off a Harley. And see, it holds it. And I like coils to work like that rather than snap back, just stay where they are, so that works fine. It got big chunk out of it here. It's the old one with the round base. Oh, light heavyweight. Walker Turner division of Rockwell. Yeah, Rockwell bought them at one point. Well, anyway, this is a good old drill press, even though it's all battered. I took and stoned the tables with those precision stones that Phil sent me, and I stoned the bottom of this vevor vise, 3-inch vise. And I think this is the only good one they make, and it's just kind of good. But it's great for this size drill press, okay? Hey, I'm going to show you something real quick I think you might get a kick out of. So I'll hook you up here, and I hope you're all doing good and you're going to have a good weekend. Every weekend's a good weekend here. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to put, see, it's sitting flat, doesn't rock. It really is. This thing's flat. Table's nice and flat. Just real nice, slides along. Okay, I'm going to put these 2 pieces of brass in here and this piece of steel. This brass will prop this steel up to the top of the jaws for maximum effect. And we'll take the included handle. I repainted it. I sprayed it with some Ford gray tractor paint. Covered up the blue, but it's starting to show through again. Okay, so we're going to stick that in there, and I'm going to crank it down real good. Just holding on to it, right? Okay, so now those blocks, I can push them, they're loose. So I'm just going to smack that down a little bit. Yeah, that tightened the blocks up. I can't push them. Snug it just a little bit more. That blocks are still tight. Okay. Let's slide this around a little bit. Hear that? It's got about 10,000 with a rock in it. Get it in the right spot without chips under it. Yeah, see? So when you clamp something down in the vise, it warps the whole thing. Having it bolted to a table helps. Okay, but it's just something to be aware of. And this is a handy vise for this drill press. And I'll show you a problem I ran into. And that is, you know, if you're going to drill a hole in this, half-inch steel, like, you know, put a 3/8 hole in it, it's really not real safe not to fasten the vise down. You know, you could drill maybe a 1/4-inch hole or something and be okay, but you start getting up, it could, you know, start climbing up and flip the vise around or something. So you need to clamp the vise down. And this is one of the problems I've had with this drill press that I don't have with an old Craftsman's. Make sure everything's in the frame there. It is. So if you're locating a hole, you see the clamp hangs up on the webbing underneath. It's just really been a problem. And I'll show you what I did. Okay. I'll take it loose and show you the webbing underneath. Okay, and what I come up with. Okay, I think you can see that. Yeah, the camera kind of normalizes this webbing. Makes, getting the clamp under there really a problem. And the Craftsman drill press I have down in my workshop has like a V and not all this structure. And so this is what I come up with. This I don't get the, you can see these two edges here. I'll get back up and get it back on the stand here. So I just kind of looked under there. I go, I gotta do something. So here's a soft jaw that I found at the scrapyard. You can see it's drilled for a Kurt vise. Okay, so I cut 2 grooves in it on the milling machine over there, and I put a little thumb screw here, so I can slip this underneath. So then get it under there, just like that, and tighten it with that thumb screw. Get it good and tight, or it'll fall off. Right about there. And then I can slip the clamps in anywhere. See, it's just a lot easier. And using the wiggler and stuff, you can get within a couple thousands using an old drill press like this on hole location. So see, I can just clamp that down. It doesn't hit the webbing underneath. That block will slide around, so I can get the clamp anywhere easily. Okay, I'll show you some other vise things. Okay, what's up? What do you want? Do you want stuff? Well, show me what you want. Want to go outside? Okay. Hey, you go find some gophers. All right, you go find them. Okay, got that tenths reading dial indicator on the rear jaw of a 6-inch Kurt. I believe it's model D675. Okay, now I'm gonna tighten it pretty snug. We'll see how much deflection we have on that rear jaw. Okay, we have about 9/10, just almost 1/1000. Okay, we're gonna go over and take a look at another vise here. Hold on. Okay, let's look at the construction differences between a Kurt machine vise and a Stevens subplate CNC vise, okay? Now the Kurt vise, if you see the screw, you can see how low it is. Right there, see? Now, I set up this vise here, and it measured about 9/10 deflection, just giving that a good snug. Now I adjusted this vise here to about the same. It has a clutch, a multi-plate clutch in there, and you adjust it with a hook spanner. So you turn it that way to tighten it, okay? Now let's look at the construction of it. You see the screw? It's right at the center of the work instead of below on this movable jaw. And another significant, now this is why it's called a subplate, because the two top pieces bolt to a plate. And in this case, it's a solid piece of 2-inch thick ground steel. It's got bolt holes for this. Now, Stevens makes subplates that you can mount this vise in that has the matching holes, and you can mount it in different ways. Now, one of the reasons I'm showing this is that they're becoming available. There's two of these, the version just before this on eBay right now, and it's just the rear jaw portion, or the front, the movable jaw, not the rear jaw. The rear jaw is just this little piece here. So let's check the deflection in this. I got this longer handle on here, but I've got the clutch set, so it's roughly the same. Not scientific, that's for sure. But I've had this vise for a long, long time, and hopefully you can see that. I'll zoom you right in on this extendable arm. Yeah, hold on. Somewhere like that. Okay. Okay, I'm going to see if I can get this adjusted on the, I'll put it right here on the one. I don't think there'd be as much glare. I hope not. That's pretty close. Now each space is 1/1000th in each little tick mark. That's about 1/10,000th shy of that mark. Okay, I'm going to tighten it. And how much deflection did we get? Just about 2/10,000ths versus 9/10,000ths. So this is a much better vise. And I just thought I'd point that out. It's a CNC item that's not widely known. But this is the vise to use on the jig bore. And you don't use vises very much on a jig bore, but when you do, this is a real good one. And I'll talk about a lot of things with the jig bore as I use it. You mostly want to clamp things down, because shifting that over 2/10,000ths is twice the tolerance of the machine. Okay, I got one more thing to show here. And that's my shop vise. Sun's coming through the door. This is just a really nice vise. It's 6 1/4 jaws. It's a number 375 Parker Victor vise. And it's got the true machinist vise. It's got the adjustable swivel rear jaw here. Really nice. And I'll show you something that I think's interesting that other vices don't have. I know the trying to think of that brand. Rock Island does this. It has a spring and a bolt, and you can the handle will stick in the middle like this. So with one hand, you can open and close the vise for smaller parts, that's for sure, instead of this floppy stuff. Yeah, this vise weighs 150 pounds and opens up a good 10 inches. Maybe a little bit more. But it's really quite sensitive. And this vise, as you can see, has not been restored. It came out of a railroad shop and it's had some rough use. Really a nice machine. Vice, machinist vice. Now over here, I got a few things going on this Monarch 10EE. I need to, this is a chuck that came with the machine. It's serial numbered to it, along with a faceplate there and a forge I have. I'm gonna need to grind the jaws on this, so I'll put that loading device on. This is the same chuck that I'm running on the axles, an 8-inch. And I got to make a tip for this Dotco. This is a 24,000 RPM Dotco machine grinder. This cost a bunch of money. I think it cost me $535 back in the late 1980s. But anyway, I'm going to make an adapter, a solid type, to run this size stone. This Dotcos run real smooth and have a lot of power, especially this low speed one. This was designed to hook into machines. So I got it set up with it's an 1.1/8" shaft here, so I made some aluminum 1.25" bushings to adapt it to this KDK holder in a vintage Nix tool post, courtesy of the blade. So that's what I'm going to use to grind the jaws on this. And I don't feel so bad grinding around the 10EE. I keep it covered. But I saw some guy's video, and it referred to a friend of his shop. It didn't show the guy, I'm not sure. It didn't show the guy at all. But it showed 2 Cincinnati grinders with a Monarch 10EE sandwich between them, and everything is kept nice and clean, and that's what you got to do. So I'm not the only one challenged for space. Okay, I will be back with something. A vevor tries to get me to review stuff, but I won't sign any contracts, so they're not going to send me any stuff. But why should I sign any contracts? You know, look at my age, look at my position. I'm an expert, I'm a professional. But I'll tell you what, American Rotary was kind enough to supply that unit on the other channel, DD, that got hacked, and they didn't force me to sign a contract. But I tell you, over half a year using that thing every day, it hasn't missed a beat. And I just got great running machines and great power. So if you're looking for a simple way out of 3-phase, you know, to get 3-phase, I don't know of a better unit than this. This is the ADX 15. And it's just working fantastic. You know, I can load these machines up with no problem. All right, I just thought I'd kick in a good word for American Rotary and tell vevor to buzz off. Okay. Well, by golly, I showed off my vises I'm going to use in the shack here. I've got the 375 Parker swivel jaw Victor vise, weighs 150 pounds, 6 1/4" jaws, opens about 10 inches. And my, this is actually a vevor 3-inch vise, which I think are okay. I think they're good. I'll say that's a good product, okay, on the drill press, and a typical setup. And I made that little block that sticks under there, which was a soft jaw for a Kurt vise, and it just works good. I can loosen that, knock it around, use the wiggler. Anybody still use a wiggler? I do. I usually use a blade or something to get that running to really. Okay. Then I've got a genuine Kurt on the Brown and Sharp. And over here on the jig bore, I got a Stevens subplate torque limiting CNC vise. Perfect for a jig bore. Okay, let's go out and have a look at outside at something I'm very happy about. We'll go out there. Come on up here. Quit bothering people on the sidewalk. Come on. Okay. I'll tell you what. Okay, here, I'm very happy about this. I just checking this out. And of course, to do the best checks on a radial drill press, it should be in place and leveled, and this is not. But check this out across the table here. It's within 1/1000th of an inch. I didn't expect that. And you can see this table has been repaired with nickel weld here. They punched holes in it. This Carlton table is older, or I shouldn't say older, but it's more used than the Morse speed drill. Now the table it's supposed to have on it also has a swivel base to it, and a little bit nicer base than the Carlton, but I am plenty happy with that Carlton base. And I'm considering putting a CNC subplate on the top of this for mounting things. I don't know. But anyway, it's looking good. Okay, you have a good day.